Hello everyone, this is CN, or DNA, depending on how you know me, and I'm going to show you a little thing I've been working on for the past week, and I think I've accomplished quite a bit. A little bit of background, I guess. It's a program called, here I'll highlight it in this app, CL-LiveDebug, and the rest of it's just other crap, but CL stands for Cheaters Lounge. And it was originally made by Gtlcpimp, and yeah, so he released the source code a couple years ago, maybe, and I decided to work on it. I don't know, I just felt like I should work on it, kind of like I was obligated. I don't know. Oh, I didn't like how it was. It froze too much. It froze a lot, actually. It froze a lot. It didn't have a lot of features, stuff like that. There's always something I wanted done with it. And so that's kind of the reason I program for the PS2, is because I want something that something else doesn't have, and because they don't release the source code, I have to just make my own version. So he released the source code, so I don't have to make my own version. I wouldn't even make my own version. I have no idea how I would have accomplished what he did, because it's amazing. And what is amazing is that you can print data, like you can print pixels onto the screen, characters, whatever, onto the screen in game. So like it's a MIPS assembly. That's what's amazing. I mean, I can do that obviously in C, writing it using libraries already provided to me, but he did it in MIPS assembly, and that's just phenomenal. So you can, if you want to download this, you can download it. I'll have a link in the description to a thread I posted on gamehacking.org, and yeah, you can just download it if you want. Also, this is I'm calling this a mod because Gtlcpimp has not responded yet, and I have no idea whether or not I can officially call this an update or not. So I'm just gonna call it a mod just to keep it, you know, legitimate, and because I mean I'm not just gonna say it's an update, because it's not. It's a mod. So yeah, as of now, as of the making of this video, which is the 15th of December, it's a mod. So yeah, you can go there, download it. If it requires you to sign up for that account, like there, it's free, but if it requires you to sign up, just leave a comment and I'll put like a Mediafire link, because I mean I don't even know, I don't really care to know. I'm not going to try it out, but if it does, just tell me and I'll be sure to provide a link, separate link. So, but I'll also provide that link just in case you want to look at the thread. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so one of the issues with this thing is it froze consistently, especially on any game really, but on Deadlocked it froze as soon as you got in game on campaign, or I mean story mode, I guess, or local play or online play. So you know, it's just kind of not very useful on tons of games, and it still freezes on a few games, or at least one game I know in particular, COD Finest Hour. That doesn't, well, at least online. I don't know, apparently I didn't really completely check with the person that was testing it with me, or testing it for me, but I think it worked a bit online, although there was this weird glitch with it and something. Anyway, so yeah, I did a few things, yeah, so I just want to share this. Oh yeah, and if you want to run this, because I mean, I'm sure some of you can't actually run homebrew, and you want to run this, all you have to do is search up something called FreeMcBoot, free MC boot. Go to their website. Not if you see psxscene.net.com, I think. Don't go there. That doesn't. No. Go to. It should be like .net or .info, like the name. So FreeMcBoot.info or .net or something. And they have like tutorials on how to install it. It's like a custom firmware. Depending on what you have already at your disposal, would depend on whether or not you need to mod your PS2 hardware-wise or not. I used the swap method, I think is what it's called, swap game method. If you have a fat PS2, there's different methods. If you have Air Max Evo Edition, you can use that. If you have Codebreaker, you can use that. I mean, it depends on what you have. More than likely, you'll have to pay a bit of money. But if you, I don't know, I paid like $5-6 just to get a game, because the swap method disc or swap game disc method needs a few select games that do work with it, and then you have to open your PS2, so it's a little risky if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so that's how you run Homebrew. So yeah, if you want to just download that, run it. That's cool. Anyway, so also another thing, real fast before I execute this. If you have any suggestions, if you run this and have any suggestions as to what I should add, or whatever, please do leave a comment or post on the thread or whatever as to what I should do. I mean, I want to improve this. I don't want to just kind of update it and just let it fly away. I think it should be. I mean, it's a one of a kind. There's nothing else for the PS2 like this, and I think it should be useful and not crap. So yeah, let's boot it up. So this C stuff, all the stuff you're seeing right now, because this is just written in C and compiled with the PS2 SDK. This was made by Gtlcpimp. I didn't really modify anything. What I did do was got rid of like 30 compiler errors, because they're really annoying. I don't like compiler errors, so I got rid of like 30 of them. And yeah, that should be, yeah. And I have like 4 left, so that's really all I did with it. These just load patches. I mean, if you download it and just look at, I forgot what it's called, but readme.txt, that's probably what it's called. You just kind of, it explains these. This is for backup loading if you have a burn disk, not ESR, but just a plain burn disk. This is using the swap method disk, swap game thing I was talking about with Freemake boot. It's the same idea. I mean, this is it's the same with Swap Magic. It's the same idea. You just sensor mod your PS2, and then you're allowed to do this. Yeah, so I have a legit copy of Deadlocked. So let's boot up. So nothing really go over there. Also, another thing, and I'll show you. Actually, you'll see it right now. There's not a lot of lag on the boot up screen. If you ever use the old version and saw this, you would have sound lag, you would have video lag, you would have, not frame lag, but video lag and everything. So I don't know how it sounds. It should sound fine if I shut up, but there's no video lag. Yeah, so let's go into this. I'm gonna do some single player. I'm gonna find infinite ammo for 2 guns. And then I'm just gonna, what I haven't already showed off, I'm gonna show off. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so this should not freeze. I mean, if it freezes for you, it's the game. I don't know what to say, but hopefully it doesn't freeze. That's what I'm going for. It's more game compatibility, like long term. Anyway, so I have a bit modded. Obviously, I have a fake arbiter, and then I have the V26 Mega Vulcan cannon. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna find infinite ammo. Let's do that real fast. So everything done on here is in MIPS. Sorry, not MIPS. Well, yeah, it is MIPS assembly, but that's the language. It's in hexadecimal. That's a numbering system. So binary, which I'm sure more of you know than hexadecimal if you're not familiar with hacking and computers. Binary is just base 2, so 1 0. And then decimal is base 10, and decimal system is the system we use, like the star system. I mean, you're born, I mean, this is what you know. Like, I usually convert to decimal, then do the decimal math, like division or multiplication, then convert it back to hexadecimal, because it's easier for me, because I've been, since forever, I've been using base 10, or the decimal system, if you want to call it that. Actually, I'm going to call it the decimal system, because that's how it's referred to. And then there's base 16, which is the hexadecimal system, and the hexadecimal system is 0 through 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, and then F is 15 and A is 10. So 10 in hexadecimal is equal to 16 in decimal. Hexa being 6 and decimal being 10, so 16. Anyway, so let's search for 24 in hexadecimal. Just off the top of my head, it's not that hard. Is 18, because it's like 116 plus 16 plus 8 is 24, so 18. So let's go into the menu. One thing you may notice is the spacing is a lot nicer. Yeah, so I added a function. I'm gonna always refer to subroutines as functions, because that's just me. But yeah, function, subroutine, kind of same thing, kind of. So yeah, I just added something that makes it non-constant. Before it was just a constant space, because the distance between each letter would always be the decimal number 12. But I changed it to not constant. It loads per character, has its own spacing. So obviously, the letter M, as you can see on memory, is way bigger than the letter. Let's go to one. Actually, look at the top visit. It's way bigger than the letter I. So letter I would just be like a huge block, and then it would be S. But now it's not like that, because I adjusted the spacing for the letter I, and the letter M is like that. Anyway, so let's search. So pressing start will like reset it. So let's search between here, this memory value, and this memory value. So between those two, and we'll search for a value of 18, as I said earlier. So that's 24, 18, and then we're searching for 8-bit because it's 2 bytes. 8-bit is equal to 2 bytes. That's 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 byte. So we're going to search for 1 byte because 1 byte is from 0 to 255, and the magma cannon ammo is, I don't know what the max, like if you add the ammo, like attachment or whatever, I don't know what the max is, but it does not go past 255, so the value is definitely between 0, or it's 8-bit, so is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to search for an 8-bit value between these, and the value is going to be that. And the op is just like if we want to search for equal to, so a value equal to 18, a value not equal to 18, a value less than 18, a value greater than 18, and a value less than or equal to 18, or a value greater than or equal to 18. So obviously equal, don't worry about that right now, so search. So yeah, that's a lot of results. So let's go back, shoot. So now we have 17 ammo, 23, 17. So change it to 17. Now here's the next search. Next search is something I implemented. This allows you to search in your results. It's kind of like make a new search kind of thing. It's pretty good, I guess. It's useful. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pause the video. Hold on. I'll explain in a second when I